Melissa D. Hall, the voice of the female agent, is a sought after insurance industry expert. She is a source of information for all things business, sales, inspiration, and lifestyle for women in insurance. And guess what? She does it all while wearing stilettos. We're excited to feature Melissa D. Hall, who's hanging out with us in the virtual studio. We're going to get right into it. Don't you move. We'll be right back here on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. We are so excited to have all of those that are live. Listen, from my Facebook personal page, my Facebook business page, my Facebook group and community. Hey, girl, hey. Those that are listening in and watching in from LinkedIn, we love you. Twitter, we love you. And certainly YouTube. Subscribe to my channel if you like this content. We can't leave our YouTube viewers out. And then those of you that are going to catch this in the podcast version, iTunes and Stitcher and all the things, and Blog Talk Radio, we are excited to have you here. And if you're saying, hey, I don't even know who you are, I'm Sharvette Mitchell, and I work with female entrepreneurs, and a few lucky men get sprinkled in to enable them to build their online platforms and personal brands so that they generate more revenue. And I do that based on promoting their visibility, their marketing, and their branding. So welcome to all those that are popping on in. Definitely want to give a shout out to Swag Her Magazine, media sponsor. You may be watching this or viewing this from one of their platforms. Swag Her Magazine uses positive media and storytelling to create narratives and mindsets around Black people, our communities, and our businesses and our organizations. Shout out to Swag Her Magazine. Hello. There you go, right there. Connect with Swag Her Magazine. And then hello, Betty Jean Stanley. Thank you for popping on in. So let's jump right on in. Today's segment is awesome. My guest is ready. So go ahead and share this out. Absolutely. Women in business, you definitely want to keep it locked and loaded right here as we chat with Melissa D. Hall. Let me bring her in live on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show. Welcome to the show. Hey, Melissa.
Hello, Sharvette. How are you?
I am doing well. Listen, I know you were like, hey, promoting it out to your audience and letting them know how to listen and how to tune in. And again, we're excited. Melissa D. Hall is hanging out with us. And so, Melissa, before we went live, we were talking about how about 3 years ago, I did this world tour in air quotes, right? And Raleigh was one of the stops, which is where you're located. And I remember we were connected on social media, at the time. And I reached out saying, hey, thinking about coming to Raleigh. And you were like, yes, come to Raleigh, and had a great event at Brio Tuscan Grill. I don't know if they're still open. I know the one in Richmond. Yes. Okay, good. So we had a great event. You were one of our speakers. So it was just great. And I've seen your brand and everything blossom. So kudos and hats off to you, Melissa, for just keeping it shaking.
Thank you, Sharvette. I appreciate that. I feel like you definitely had a lot to do with that, because Sharvette, she has, you definitely helped me out. You have really inspired me, Sharvette. Like, one thing about you, Sharvette, is like, I've never seen you have a bad day, I've never seen you had a bad day. I have never even seen you had a bad hair day. Okay. You're always ready, okay? Yes, and I mean, you really do. You keep it classy. You really expose me to a high level brand, and just even the experience working with you, and that really transformed and gave me something to strive for. So thank you.
Wow, I count that as a high honor, because certainly you have done so many great things. And like I said, I've just seen you blossom and seen you grow and all of that. And so let's jump in, because You have a great journey. And so I'd love for you to tell people how your journey began, really, in
Sure.
insurance.
Sure. So I got started in the insurance industry in 2008. I was a
Mhm.
college student going to college in Baltimore, Towson State University. Okay. Okay. Home of the Tigers. And so, like many broke college students, I was looking for a job. I was working at a call center selling cable. And I like hated it. I was on kind of like my last leg there. You know, they gave you the written
Uh-huh.
warnings. I was on like the last warning. I could not even come 3 minutes late. And
Uh-huh.
but also during that time, my grandmother got diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Okay. And
Mm.
I just want to say this too, like, because I want people to really get inspired by this, because I was one of those people I probably had like 30 different jobs by the time I was 21. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you've ever met a friend like that, but I was
Uh-huh.
one of those friends like, girl, you got another job already? And I'm like, yes, I got another job already. Like I've been everything from a clown to selling TVs to
I
a paper
know.
girl. Like for real. And listen, let me tell you something. Being that clown, okay, I was making like $75 an hour, okay? So in college. So
Wow.
yes, I was. I had to quit that though, because my last straw with being this clown was I was in like a Door Explorer suit, okay? And it was in Baltimore, okay, and they had a bounce house in the alley. Okay. Sign
Oh,
number one. And so
sign number one.
sign number one. Okay. And so then they invited me, I come up there dressed as Door Explorer. I make the decision to get in a bounce house in the Door Explorer costume.
Oh
Oh
my
my God. Those kids like really like tried to like beat me up. And I was like, you know what? This is it. So I left that. I knew being a clown was for me. And so I was so like I said, I was one of those people. I had so many jobs. My resume is crazy. So anyway, people always make fun of me for that. And so I was trying to keep this job at the call center. During that time, my grandmother got diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So
Wow.
so all of a sudden, insurance became a hot topic. Because one thing about insurance, it's hard to get it when you need it. Okay, so
Yeah.
yes, and then also my mother had saw this thing on the what's it called, on the TV about a girl who passed away and her parents still had to pay her student loans. And she was like, Melissa, this is not going to be me. And I was like, okay. She's like, you need to get life insurance. So I got a call from an insurance company to
Uh-huh.
interview for an agent. And let me tell you, from right there, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I literally quit my job that day because I
Wait,
just
pause the break. You are a person who had 30 some jobs, but you knew right away. Wow, that is powerful.
It was. I know, right? It was like, I just remember the guy talking, and I remember the guy sitting next to me. I was like, you gonna do this? He was like, yes. I said, okay, I am too. And I just knew it was for me. Everybody told me no, it's commission only, but I knew it was for me. And like, I quit my job. I remember I had one of those first financial bank credit cards with a 50% interest rate. I had
Oh my
$300 on it. I know, right? That's what they do to college students.
God.
I
Right.
maxed that thing out, getting my license and stuff. Like I really like I went to that interview on a Monday. I was in class for my license on that Tuesday. I had my license by that Thursday. I literally walked down to that office in Baltimore, the state office, and handed in my results. I said, I need this. I need to get started. And that's how I started. That's how I started.
Wow, I
Yeah.
love that. I love the
Thank you.
journey of entrepreneurship, because all of us take different paths, right? Some
Yeah.
people we jump into things, we're kind of figuring it out, but I love that right away. And shout out to Rita Stewart, who's in similar arena. She said it's hard to get it when you need it,
Yes,
so
it
you
is.
need to have it before you actually need to have it. Welcome to all those that are popping on in, watching us here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, hanging out here with Melissa D. Hall, the founder of the Hall Insurance Group. We're talking about running a business in stilettos. And so,
Yes.
how
Yes.
did you
Yes.
get the title, The Voice of the Female Agent? How did that come about?
Sure. So, the voice of the female agent. So, I'm just saying, Sharvette, I've always had a big mouth. Okay. I have. I've always had a big mouth. I've always like been like this, said what's on my mind. Okay. Like, for my yearbook for high school, it said, if there's like, you know how they have the quote? My quote was, and they gave it to me, if there's something that needs to be said, she's going to say it. That's what my quote said. And so
Yeah.
yes, I have just always been that way. And so most people don't understand that insurance, believe it or not, and I know most people don't see it, but the insurance industry, 51% of that industry is actually female. Yes. However, usually we're in like the back office roles, like the support roles, things of that sort, not really out front, not really in the sales part. So what does that mean? Everything for insurance was kind of targeted towards men. Okay. So like, and like when we would have sales contests, they were always surrounded by over like sports and all that type of stuff.
Wow.
You know, like always March Madness, you know, Super Bowl of insurance type of things. It was never geared towards women, you know? And so I started just getting on YouTube one day and just doing videos just about insurance and how to sell insurance, talking to women. And like I have a video now, it has over 17,000 views. And it's just, you know, it just kind of grew from there and I just kept posting. And so I was like, you know, I'm really coming from a woman's perspective.
Absolutely. I love it. And brand colors are blush pink and all the things,
Yes.
all the things. Welcome to all those that are coming on in from LinkedIn. We see you. Thank you for being here, and YouTube. And so the Hall Insurance Group. So you started as an independent agent, but now I've seen you and I've watched you, you know, create this team. And so tell us about the Hall Insurance Group.
Sure. So the Hall Insurance Group is the premier, and I hope you can see me okay, because I know the light. Can you see me okay?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay, fantastic. So the Hall Insurance Group is the premier insurance agency for Medicare in the Triangle. Okay, and we're also venturing into the financial planning. Okay, like I said, I started in 2008, and it's just. Well, and let me say this, I did take a break let's say about 2015. Okay, because like I said, I started when I was in college. I actually in Baltimore, and I actually dropped out of college to just pursue my dream. Okay.
Wow.
Yes. And so then it got to a point where it was like my friends started making more money than me. You know, the ones I was in college with, they started graduating, they started making more money than me. And then my mom, she's really big on education, and she just would not let me forget that she had spent money on my student loans. And so she was like, something needs to happen. And so it got to a point, I was like, you know, I want to finish this. And so I actually took a break and I relocated from Maryland to North Carolina. In 2015. In 2017, I got my degree. I graduated. Okay. And yes, I got my degree. I graduated. And also during that time, I actually got a job. Okay. I got a job. I was working in banking, and, you know, I was just on the clock, and I would just say to myself, Lord, if I ever get another opportunity to sell insurance, I promise I'm not going to fail. So I actually ended up leaving the bank. Got fired. Okay. I just put it out. It's true. I got fired. It happens, right? But got fired from there. And then I was just like, you know, I'm gonna make it work. And I did 2017, and I just haven't looked back. I have not looked back. And I have a team. I have a great team. I have agents in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have agents in Oklahoma, and I also have an in-house team. And they are just wonderful people, and they just help me so much. I love them so much. I really do. I'm grateful.
Wonderful. So which states can you provide services to?
Oh, I have anywhere in the U.S. just about. I'm Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, Michigan, Oklahoma. I mean, I even have clients in Florida.
Okay. And what type of insurance do the Hall Insurance Group specializes in?
Sure. We do. Medicare is kind of like our bread and butter. Okay. People here know me as Medicare male. Okay. So that's our bread and butter. Definitely well versed in that. Life insurance, also financial planning. So, you know, if you want to set up retirement accounts, you have money, you want to gain more interest, you want to go ahead and retire tax free, I'm your girl to do that.
All right, wonderful. So what we're going to do, Melissa, is take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, I'd love to hear, lessons learned, things you
Yes.
wish you knew, maybe even 5 years ago. So we'll let you take a break in the virtual green room, and we'll bring you
Okay.
back.
Okay.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Yes. All right. And let's have a very quick commercial break. Again, welcome to all those that are popping in and checking out the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. This segment is brought to you by the 6th annual pop-up conference for women entrepreneurs that's taking place November 4th, 5th, and 6th in the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. Here's a little bit about it.
Well, it is absolutely a pleasure to stand before you today and to share about taking the lead. Even if we're not even sure how we're going to get there, I've got a vision of me actually touching the ceiling. I've got a vision of me actually reaching the goal.
We are just day one.
Like every turn that I made, God was just basically opening up doors, and I didn't even want to do this.
So after that year, it was just that push that really caused me to pivot my brand. And so I decided to just put everything that I do, everything that I had, my personality.
God has called you as a woman to do whatever your calling is. You can do it.
I think if you price by value and you price by results, you'll get that kind of response.
If you miss this, you are going to be sorry.
Oh my God, she does this. Okay? That's becoming a local celebrity. You do that by showing up as often as you can with your thing, with your title.
All right, I'm over here jamming. Are y'all jamming with me? Okay, that's your personal invitation to join me, the conference host at the Pop-Up Conference. This is our 6th year, and we'd love to have you go to heygirlhey.biz. Speakers are going to be announced starting early July. So let me bring our guest back up into the studio here. So Melissa, we have a great question that came in from LinkedIn from Nicole, and she said, retire tax-free? Like, do tell me more.
Oh, absolutely, Nicole. You can retire tax-free. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. There are certain accounts and things that are out there, okay, that you can use to accumulate money and retire tax-free, and also fund your child's education as well. So like I have a client, she's actually a consultant for what she does regulatory consulting, meaning like if you're trying to get a medical device approved, she does the consulting for that. So anyway, I'm actually able to, first of all, send her child to college, $75,000 a year she will have, okay, after contributing for only 4 years, okay, and she'll be able to send her child to school with $75,000, and she will have 6 figures in her retirement, only for contributing for 10 years, okay. See, there's a reason why, taxes is such a hot issue right now. Okay. Yeah. And, this is definitely strategies out there. Okay. There are definitely strategies out there. You just have to get around the right people.
All right. I see some hearts and love coming up. If somebody wants to connect with you, where should they go?
Sure. If you want to go ahead and connect with me, you can email me hello@HIG East, or actually you can follow me on Instagram at Melissa, MELISSA _D_Hall. And let me just say this one thing, right? So in my studies to become a retirement expert, especially for women who run businesses, the number one thing that I have learned is this, and I want everybody to take this when planning, especially for their retirement. Do not focus on accumulation. Focus on distribution. So many people focus on making $1 million, right? Earning $1 million, making $1 million, having this big pile of money. But what good is that if it's taxed at 85%?
Ooh.
Okay. And that's a real thing, because right now taxes are low. Our government is giving out all this money. How do you think they're going to pay for it? By raising taxes. Okay. And our new president, he's already put it in motion. Okay. So there is strategies out there. You just got to keep your eye focused. Okay.
All right, there you go. There you go. And I have tagged Melissa on Instagram. So hopefully you're following me, Sharvette M on Instagram, tagged Melissa, and the Hall Insurance Group are both tagged over there on Instagram. And you might even be watching this in IGTV. So I'd love to hear lessons learned, what you wish you knew maybe 5 years ago.
Oh, sure. Fantastic. So, okay. Is this good?
Yes.
This good right here? Okay.
I know we fighting the sun. We fighting the sun.
Yeah. What about here? Is this good or is
okay? That's good. I can see your face.
Okay. All right. Good. I apologize about that. I was trying to get my light right. Okay.
It's all right.
Okay. It's good. Okay. All right. So some of the lessons that I have learned in these 5 years are a few, and I wrote down a few. So if you see me looking at my paper, I just want to make sure I stay on track. So the number one lesson I have learned is to have a steady source of leads. Okay. Early in my career, I tried to just do things on referrals. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people, they try to do, oh, well, I'll just get referrals. Okay. The thing about referrals is that is not predictable. Okay. So a lot of times my business would go up and down because I felt that, well, I won't invest in leads. They're a waste of money and I'll just have referrals. And it's something powerful to be able to forecast how many sales you're actually going to get. So when I started investing in leads, a steady source of it, that's when things really started to change for me. Another lesson that I have learned in which I knew 5 years ago is to have work hours, okay?
Yes.
That's really big for me. So I remember my mom told me one day, because I'm gonna just say it, like, I have not always been successful. Okay. This journey has gone up and down. I've had to stop, start, restart plenty of times. Okay.
Yeah.
And I asked my mom one time, I was like, Mom, why is my money so inconsistent? She said, because you're not consistent, right? And so,
wait, somebody needs to quote Melissa's mom.
I know, right?
That's beautiful. Your money is not consistent because your money is inconsistent because you are inconsistent.
Okay.
Woo, it's ouch or amen. Ouch or amen.
It was both. And let me tell you, Sharvette, I got talking the truth from someplace, okay? And it's her. She gives it to be real, okay? And it's true. And when she told me that, I was like, wow, she was right. That was a real turning point for me right there. Mm-hmm. And so then I started setting business hours, okay? Mm-hmm. And so I said, okay, I'm going to work from 9 to 5. And I made sure between the hours of 9 to 5 that I was working. And as soon as I started doing that, my money started being consistent. I think too many times people get into entrepreneurship because they want quote unquote freedom. Entrepreneurship is not as much freedom as people think. You know what I'm saying? It's very close to slavery, like, because you're not just working for yourself, you're working for everyone else. I'm sorry.
I don't know if I could co-sign that one. I don't know if I could. I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm listening to the context. I know,
right? That might be a little bit extreme, but I'm just saying it's like, but seriously, it's because when you're an entrepreneur, you have to, like, I have people whose livelihood depend on me, you know? And so I think about that, and I work not just for myself, I work for them too. I take it very personal. I take that responsibility very personal. And so, like I said, a lot of people think when they get into it, oh, I'll have my schedule this and this way. That does not work, especially when you're, just starting out. So make sure you have in those business hours. And listen, if you don't feel good, hey, you still got to go to work. One thing about this is this. If it's raining outside, if it's thundering outside, if Target is open from 9 to 11, they don't care what's happening outside. They don't care how they feel. That store is open, and so is my business. Okay. The next thing I want to say is burying my head in the sand. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're becoming overwhelmed. Like I used to like, I wish I could have talked to that girl back then, because I used to be the type of person when things got hard, or if it was too many steps in something, I would just bury my head in the sand, okay, or go take a nap, right? And like, hey, it'll work. It'll work itself out, or just not confront things, and that was a real me confronting things, me doing the hard things, maybe following up with a customer, maybe if it was an issue with something, instead of just ignoring it, just getting to it and confronting it and fixing it, and do the back and forth for it. So that was another thing. And also
That's
my
so good.
last
That's so good. It's so good.
thank you. And also something else was not to be afraid to ask for the money. Okay.
All right.
I spend a lot of time going around asking for money, making sure I'm getting paid, making, if I'm doing deals, making sure they're going to pay me. For a long time, I used to think that I was going to go ahead and like work for free or work my way up and all that stuff like that. I don't do that. If you want to work with me, you're going to pay me. Okay. And
Run me my money.
Run me my money, right? And because I used to really work hard. I used to run myself out. And so, I don't do that anymore at all. So that is definitely, something I would tell people.
Wonderful. I love this. Thank you so much, Melissa,
You're
just
so very
sharing.
welcome.
Yes, yes. And so one other thing that I think that you have done, and I've seen you do recently that I love, is that you have like leapt into the media. And so
Yes.
talk about how the Hall Insurance Group, like how you all embraced media, commercials, and all that stuff.
Oh, sure. So, yeah, definitely. So I do radio ads. Okay. I'm doing television ads. People call me Medicare Mel, and
That's so
and so
touchy, and it works because that's what
it
that's really
does
your niche.
it does work. It's like, it's crazy because people are like, oh, like I got spotted one time. I was like, people like knew me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. But it's definitely like transformed my whole brand and everything, giving me that credibility and that visibility, and making me stand out. One tip I will say is this: when it comes to media and everything, so many times I see entrepreneurs try to jump into it. But the thing is this: even if you offer a whole lot of products, only talk about one product.
That's
Okay.
good.
Only
Yes.
talk about one product, because I've seen people try to. Can you see me? Okay.
Yeah, like the sun is. You listen. The sun is trying to shine on you. That is
Okay.
so funny.
I know most people don't get enough light, and I got too
Yeah,
much.
you're like the light is on you.
Okay,
Okay, that's good. That's good.
okay,
That's good.
all right. I'm
And
not gonna
mine
move
is
it.
shifting, and I don't know why either. We good. We good.
Okay. So yeah. I know sometimes people, they they sell a whole bunch of different products, and so when they get in front of a group, they want to tell them everything that they do. And especially if you're like trying to run a TV ad or a radio ad, and that
30
right,
seconds.
huh?
30 seconds. You got 30 seconds.
30
60,
seconds.
maybe 60, but most time 30 seconds.
Yes. And so that's one thing I see people really fail at. And because let me tell you, running TV, running radio, that stuff is not cheap. I spend thousands and thousands of dollars a month on this stuff. So that's the number one thing for anyone wanting to go into it. And also only give the people one way to contact you. Okay. Sometimes people, when they do stuff like that, they want to go ahead and they want to give their website, their phone number, their email, all these ways. And people, you got to give them one way. Okay. So that's for that.
Yes, and this is right in line. My platform builder clients, we actually just finished up talking about media, and so these are amazing tips. Oh my goodness, our time is just winding down, and so definitely want to know what continues to motivate you. The goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. We want to know what continues to motivate Melissa D. Hall.
What continues to motivate me? What continues to motivate me is that I know that I'm not finished yet. Like, I know that I have so much more to do.
Yeah.
And I want to like my prayer is really like, God, I don't want to miss any of my blessings. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
miss none of it, none of my assignment here. I think about the story of Moses, right? And how Moses, he led them to the promised land. He got to see the promised land, but he didn't get to go in the promised land. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go in mine. Okay.
Yeah.
Like my big house that I'm going to get built, my all these things I'm going to happen, everything I said I'm going to do, I want it all. Okay. I know my kids going to do big things and everything like that, but I want mine. I don't want to say, dag, I could have did that, or I wish I could have achieved that. No, I want it all. And so that right there, that motivates me. I want everything.
Oh, so well said. I see hearts coming up. If you're witnessing and testifying and saying I am in agreement with that, throw up some hearts. Throw up some hearts right now. Make sure you share this out. This was just such a great conversation to have, just sit down and have with you, Melissa. And oftentimes I interview people and I don't know them or I have never met them,
Yeah.
but it was just a privilege that certainly we've met, and I have seen.
Yeah.
Oftentimes we can just go off of what's in somebody's bio, but I have seen the growth of you build a team and seen you doing commercials and all of that. And so thank you for stopping by. And one last time, where do you, all the connection points, wherever you want to send them, let us know.
Sure. So you all can follow me at Melissa, Melissa _D_Hall, HALL. Okay. And you can find me there on Instagram. I do have a Facebook page, Melissa D. Hall. You can find me there as well. Okay. Also, I have a YouTube channel as well. If you go to my YouTube, if you just type in YouTube, Melissa D. Hall, insurance, I come up. Also, I do have a personal website as well. I'm sorry, I forget about that. And I have
no problem. You have it on the screen for them.
Okay,
So it's
Melissa
sitting here on the
D.
screen.
That has links to everything, courses, all that type of stuff. And hopefully, Sharvette, we can continue conversation because I had one more question you gave me about the advice to give women entrepreneurs about growing.
Listen, I don't want to be greedy and steal your time. If you got more to share, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes. So I know you have a lot of advice, for women entrepreneurs in particularly. And you started off talking about, how the field that you're in, oftentimes we feel like it's male dominated, but there's so many women that are in insurance. But what advice would you give women entrepreneurs that are really trying to grow their business?
Sure. So I have here. So first of all, don't get caught up in the details. Okay. So many times y'all S&C type personalities get caught up in the details. You want everything laid out for you. Everything has to be perfect before you start. Please don't be that person. Okay. Yes. Sometimes you got to learn on the job. Okay. For sure. Yeah, for sure. Also too, I would say pay for access. Okay. That's a really big thing too. A lot of times women or entrepreneurs, they don't feel like they should have to pay for information. Yeah, sometimes you got to pay for being in the room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I know you having your conference, pay to get in that room and hear what Sharvette has to say. It's definitely transformational, pay to get in and pay to get in the right rooms. Also too, watch your energy. That's a big one for people. So like my personal life is very simple, right? I try to keep my personal life as like drama free, as simple as possible, as calm as possible. Because when you have a lot going on personally, it does translate to your business, right? When you live like a ruckus lifestyle, let's say you going out, ruckus, I know, right? That's the Bible. But it's true though. Like if you're living a ruckus lifestyle, you're overindulging in alcohol, different things like that. It's hard to get up and get going for the next day. It really is. I started this business at 21. Okay. So, I was living my life and, and that definitely does translate into your business as well, because it's all built on your energy. So definitely watching your energy. Also too, I would say, look bigger, try to invest in branding. This sun is something.
It's so fun. Like, this is reality. This is what happens with reality radio, reality TV. It's all good.
Yes, it's so. I was trying
Those
to make
of you that are listening to the podcast version of this, oh, that's perfect. Those of you listening to the podcast version, you got to go check out the YouTube or the video version at Sharvette.com. You need to see this. You need to see the video.
Because this stuff has been rotating. It's so funny. It's because I wanted to make sure I had good lighting for you, and then by getting in front of the window, and it's just been so funny.
It's so okay.
my last thing was this: invest in branding. Please do not go. I know everybody wants to. What's that Canva everything? Oh my goodness. But and I learned this from April. I'm definitely gonna give her the credit. She said, invest in branding to look bigger than what you are.
Yes.
Okay. It makes such a difference when you have professional photos, okay? Because I invest in this.
You know, you preaching my message right now. All of my hashtag platform builders that are watching and listening, I'm getting text messages and everything. Hashtag platform builders. They know that is a part of my 12-month program. You get professional photography.
That's amazing. Yes, because it pays to look bigger than you are, because clients will take you more seriously, and especially when attracting talent and stuff like that, they want to feel like people can pay them, they want to feel secure. I'm telling you. So, it pays to look bigger than you are. And sometimes you got to invest money into that. It's not faking the funk or anything, but you'll grow into it. You will grow.
I love that. You will grow into it. Because some people feel like, I don't want to feel like I'm being fake. That imposter syndrome. You will grow into it. I love that.
You grow into it.
You're preaching on today. Listen, Mastermind Platform Builder, been finished the program. Professional photos are a must. Ulika Kimber, CPA.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. Thank you for giving those bonus. I'm gonna call those bonus nuggets. And we are certainly going to keep up with you and continue keeping our eye on you and keep doing big things. And thank you for stopping by.
You're welcome, Shirley. Thank you for having me. Hey, everybody. I appreciate you all.
Thank you. All right. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for today's show. Thank you for all those that hung out with us. And if you just popped in, you're like, oh my goodness, I missed it. No problem. You can go to Sharvette.com. That's the easiest way to listen to the podcast version or view the video version, Sharvette.com. That's the best connection point. And it is a wrap. Again, this segment was brought to you by the 6th Annual Pop-Up Conference for Women Entrepreneurs, taking place November 4th, 5th, and 6th in Richmond, Virginia at 4 Points by Sheraton Airport location. So you can fly in and all that. You'll be like 8 minutes from the hotel. Go to heygirlhey.biz, heygirlhey.biz, and get your tickets. VIP is sold out, but speaker announcements are going to be happening. We've got some amazing speakers, let me tell you, and we'll be announcing those starting early July. All right, it's a wrap for today. Thank you for being here. And we appreciate you. We'll see you all later on the web. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Get Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m. interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.